We eat a lot of venison here at the fallow deer farm, and primarily it's whitetails that we shoot out in the wild. And this year we were short one deer, so I decided to let 7-year-old Rhett go out and shoot a doe. He had practiced with a crossbow a bunch, and I felt like he was comfortable. I felt comfortable with him. So we set the crossbow up for him, and boy, did it end differently than I had planned. You got to stick around for this one.
Hello, this is deer hunting. We are going to our property, which we call the land. We are doing a shoot. We want to shoot a grown-up doe one, which is I am going to shoot my dad's crossbow, and I've been practicing with it yesterday, even though I have school today. But we're worrying about hunting right now. We are on our way to the land right now, in my dad's truck. And we needed the dress, so we got everything packed, even the crossbow. Since it's too heavy, we use a holder to hold the crossbow, but since it has an aiming point, it helps me aim, so I can still aim it. And
What kind of broadheads do we get to use?
the mug of meat, which is a new one we're going to use to see if it's actually going to get us mug of meat, because it's called mug of meat. So let's see if it gets us mug of meat. And we put on the top of 2 arrows, I think, or was it 3? Oh yeah, it was 2. And you can see we are driving on a country road, because you see this. We had to dress camo, so we look like nature. If you're asking if we need to cover our whole face, we do not, because we do not cover our eyes, so we can see if you are a person asking that, and if you've never been hunting before. This is like my 10th time hunting. I've been hunting a lot of times, but we got our camo on, I got mud boots on, which is camo. We can find any boots as we want. But that's the end of this video. Bye.
So this is our setup. We have a small 34-acre tract of land that's a little south of the deer farm. And this is just a pop-up blind that's on a little 5-foot elevated platform. Historically, it's been a great spot to shoot does. It's kind of a travel corridor, and there is a small clover plot that's planted out in front of the blind. It's easy to access, and it's a short walk. So taking a 7-year-old out, I thought it would be the perfect place. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this would be Rhett's first deer. He's shot 1 wild hog, and he's shot a couple rabbits. But this is a big step, staying quiet and still, hunting Kansas whitetails. What do you think? Are we going to see something?
Yeah.
You hope so? It's pretty warm, isn't it? The wind is kind of blowing all over. Now he does have a tag that is an either sex tag. And there are a few bucks running around that I've gotten on camera occasionally that I would let him shoot. But that was not the plan. Don't do anything. I'm going to take safety off. We need 4. Use it for it. Okay, you have your hand ready. You have your finger ready. Oh, there's a buck. No. Get your head up on the scope, ready to shoot. Gonna do the 40. Not yet. Okay, go ahead. Oh, looked high. Now in real time, this shot looked extremely high. That deer ducked an incredible amount when the arrow was only a few feet from his body is really when he started moving. I've played this slow motion back a bunch of times, and from where Rhett was holding the crosshairs, the arrow impacted just a couple inches behind or aft of where he was aiming. Vertically, it would have been perfect. It would have been an absolutely perfect shot had that deer not ducked so much. So lesson learned, I know better than to shoot a deer with its head down. We just got excited. But after finding the bolt, going down the trail about 10 yards, we found a little bit of blood, but not much. And it was to the point that I decided to back out. Rhett shot him about 5 o'clock. I got back home, watched this video 100 times probably, convinced myself, based on all the evidence, that the bolt had to have gone under his spine, which really meant that it had to be pretty close to getting lungs, as high as it was. So I went back. Rhett was long asleep in bed. It was 10 or 11 at night, and started following the blood trail, which was pathetic. There was a speck of blood every 5 or 10 yards. It was unbelievably hard to follow. I was about to the point where I was going to give up. I had gone probably 150 yards, and it got to where I just couldn't find anything else. And I thought, I had a tracker with a dog on standby for the next morning. I thought to myself, I'm going to go another 10 or 20 yards, just look with a flashlight, and then get out of here. And about 15 yards down the trail, I found him dead. And he had died on the run. It was a pretty quick death, really, even though he did cover some ground. So this is what I walked up on. Of course, I got the deer loaded, got him back home, and immediately went in and woke Rhett up. And he was incredibly excited to see that not only had he shot a deer, it was a really big buck. I kind of wish I would have taken him back and had him help me trail the deer and find it in the grass, but it just didn't work out that way this time. It was late at night.
Hola! What I mean is hello, and this is my video in my room, and I'm going to tell you the story how I shot my deer. And I shot the deer, but I went through the body, and it went through both of the lungs. That was a fast die. It was less than 20 or 15 seconds. So that was really fast, don't you think? If you say yes, then welcome to the gun, y'all. But here's the rest of the story so you can't miss it. And when I went to bed, it was super late. It was past 10 o'clock, which is midnight, I think. I'm not sure. But it was right at past 10 o'clock. And when I was in bed, my dad found that deer. We didn't know if I killed it or injured it, but by doing the trail camera, he knew that I injured it, but he didn't know if I killed him. And if I killed him, I would be really lucky. And plus, I shot it! So I was really lucky last night. And that was the story of how I shot my big buck. We're going to turn it into two things. Bacon and bologna. This is what my dad said, bologna. So, adios, or should I say goodbye?